Hi folks, welcome to my channel. Today I am going to show you how to make a very simple battery that you can use for various different purposes, such as powering small LEDs, small radios, or other electronic devices that you may have in your post-apocalyptic bug-out bag or get-home bag. And unlike other batteries, this one is actually rechargeable. In order to make a battery of this type, we need a couple of different components. The first component that we will need are these zinc-coated copper nails. You can find them online, and they come in a pack of 54 around $8. The second component that we need are some AA batteries. In my case, I have Duracell copper tops, which I will use as an example, but you can use any other brand name. And the third component that we need is a device with a USB port, and it needs to have the capability to recharge AA batteries. I have this Chinese device which is called a solar power dual USB charger. It cost me around $13. And it is ideal because not only does it charge normal AA batteries, but it also has a built-in solar panel at the front, which means if you wanted to, you could charge this device using solar power. However, you do not need to use solar power to charge this device, and you can simply plug it into any standard wall outlet. This device charges two AA batteries simultaneously, and each battery takes around 8 hours to fully charge. If you don't have a device like this, you can buy a hand crank generator which is able to charge AA batteries. There are many available online. Simply search for a hand crank generator and choose one that suits your budget. Now that we have all our components, let's go ahead and start building. The very first thing that we need to do is take off the top cap of one of the batteries. You can see here that there are two terminals inside the battery. We are going to connect our positive terminal from our copper nail to the positive end of the battery, and then connect our negative terminal from the copper nail to the negative side of the battery. So what we need to do now is clean the top of the battery, so we have a nice clean surface for applying the electrolyte. You can use a cloth and some water to clean the top of the battery. Then put a small amount of electrolyte on top of the battery. The electrolyte that I'm using today is potassium hydroxide. You can find it in small amounts at most hardware stores. Make sure that you wear protective clothing and gloves when handling the electrolyte. After putting the electrolyte on top of the battery, take one of the zinc-coated copper nails and gently insert it into the electrolyte. Try not to move it too much because you don't want to spill the electrolyte all over the place. Once you've done that, repeat the process on the other side with the negative terminal, and our battery is now complete. Before we go any further, let me just explain how this battery works. Inside this battery, we have a zinc anode and a copper cathode. These two electrodes are connected together externally via the wire that I have used, but they are not connected internally. Therefore, when we put the copper nail in contact with the electrolyte, and then connect it to the positive terminal of the battery, electrons flow from the zinc anode through the wire and into the copper nail. At the same time, the electrons flow from the copper cathode through the electrolyte back to the negative terminal of the battery. What is happening essentially is that the zinc anode is being oxidized and the copper cathode is being reduced. This creates a flow of electricity that can be used to power devices. The next thing we need to do now is wrap up our battery using some electrical tape. Make sure that you leave space for the positive and negative terminals. This is important because we need to connect wires to these terminals in order to use the battery. You can either use the copper nails directly, but it is a better idea to solder wires onto the copper nails, because the copper nails are quite thick and they might cause a short circuit if you try to connect them directly to small electronics. Strip the ends of the wires and tin them with some solder. Now take the copper nail and add some solder to the end. Apply some heat and wait until the solder flows over the copper nail. Repeat the process with the negative terminal. Leave some space between the positive and negative terminals. Cover the battery with electrical tape and we are now ready to test it out. Connect the positive terminal of the battery to the positive terminal of the device, and the negative terminal of the battery to the negative terminal of the device. Now plug in the wall outlet and turn on the device. You should now see that the device is charging the batteries. As you can see, the LED lights are now flashing green, indicating that the batteries are being charged. One of the great things about this type of battery is that you can recharge it once the batteries have gone flat. Simply remove the batteries from the device and change them over. Plug in the device and charge the batteries again. As you can see, we were able to successfully make a battery that can be recharged, and it is now time to move on to the next step, which is learning how to use this battery to power different devices. One of the simplest devices that you can use this battery with is an LED. All you need to do is connect the positive side of the LED to the positive terminal of the battery, and the negative side of the LED to the negative terminal of the battery. The LED should now light up. Please note that you need to use a resistor in series with the LED, otherwise it will burn out. I've attached a link below to a video that shows you how to properly wire up an LED so that it works at its optimal capacity. Another great device that you can use this battery with is a small radio. Here I have a Grundig G2 shortwave radio which I will use as an example. This radio requires 3 AA batteries to operate. Remove the batteries from the radio and replace them with the new ones that we made. Make sure that you put the batteries in the correct direction. Turn on the radio and adjust the volume. As you can see, the radio is now working and we are able to pick up different radio stations. This is a great way to receive emergency broadcasts in the event that all other forms of communication have gone down. If you want to learn how to make a solar-powered device that you can use in conjunction with this battery, check out the video that I uploaded recently. In that video, I showed you how to make a solar-powered LED that you can take with you when you re-out and about. As you can see, there are many different ways that you can use this battery, and it is a great addition to any Preparedness toolkit. When storing this battery, make sure that you keep it away from children and pets, because the electrolyte that we used is harmful if ingested. It is also a good idea to store this battery in a cool, dry place, because moisture and heat can cause the battery to leak and the electrolyte can damage the surrounding materials. So there you have it, a simple yet effective battery that you can make yourself for under $20. This is a great way to recycle old batteries, and it is also a fun project that you can do with your friends and family. Now, before we finish, I just want to say a special thanks to all my supporters who have supported me over the last few months. Your support really does mean a lot to me and it allows me to continue making videos. If you would like to support my channel, please check the links below. Any support is greatly appreciated. Now please remember to come back soon because I have some more great videos coming up. In my next video, I will be showing you how to make a portable rainwater harvesting system that you can take with you when you re-out and about. I will also be making some videos on different types of survival shelters that you can build in the bush. So please remember to stay tuned. Lastly, please remember to like, share, and comment on my videos. This really helps to spread the word about preparedness, and it also lets YouTube know that you guys enjoy my videos. Thank you very much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Stay safe.